There was no one who anticipated that Taylor Swift would bring up Justin Bieber in a direct manner during Selena Gomez's wedding, and she did not. On the other hand, a great deal may be gleaned from what she stated in her address. Now, for the very first time, she is divulging the specifics of what she said and the reasons behind it. At the extravagant wedding of Selena Blanco and Benny Blanco, which took place a month ago, the event occurred during her impassioned toast. A single remark brought the entire ballroom to a halt, despite the fact that some of the guests were crying and others were laughing. In no way was it cruel. Although it was not a big event, it was nevertheless very emotional. After hearing Taylor's statements, everyone was reminded of how far Selena had come in her career. From the pain of heartbreak and the scrutiny of the public to the joy of love, real happiness and calm, at this very moment, this is the kind of friendship moment that people on the internet can't stop talking about. It's true. While attending what many fans are referring to as the most emotional celebrity wedding of the year, Taylor took the microphone at the reception she was hosting for her best friends and delivered a speech that flawlessly combined comedy, sentimentality, and genuine love. She revealed the information on her most recent appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and according to Taylor, her speech was not only charming, but it also included a dash of lighthearted shade. According to her own words, she stated that she had engaged in some playful mocking on the manner in which we used to dress in the year 2008. And if you have seen the old red carpet pictures of the two of them, you recognize precisely what she is referring to. A pair of boots that match, a thick line of eyeliner, and those classic curls from the Disney era. A genuine relic from that bygone era. Taylor made a joke about how 2008 was a very eventful year, and the audience could almost feel her grin. As she reflected on the past, she discussed how their connection began when they were both in their teenage years, long before the fame, heartbreaks, and chart-topping tunes. She also mentioned that it was like witnessing her younger sister's dream come true when she saw Selena go down the aisle, but this is what the fans enjoyed the most. Taylor made sure that this moment was not about her, despite the fact that the entire world was watching her own love story unfold with Travis Kelce. It was her statement to Fallon that "I did not make it about me." Worded as an alternative, she focused all of the attention on Selena, characterizing her as the most exquisite, stunning, and lovely bride she had ever witnessed. Taylor acknowledged that she had never witnessed anything more stunning than Selena walking down the aisle. She was radiant in the Ralph Lauren gown that she had commissioned, and that phrase alone caused fans of Taylor Swift and Selena to go into a frenzy on the internet. One fan tweeted, "Taylor Swift calling Selena the most beautiful bride she's ever seen just melted my heart. That is the epitome of true sisterhood right there. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Taylor didn't make it about herself for once?" Wrote another. Simply said, this is the manifestation of genuine love and friendship. Prior to the fame, prior to the wedding bells, prior to all of the albums that topped the charts, and prior to the stadiums that were completely packed out, there was a friendship that began in the most unexpected way. It was about 20 years ago when Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez first came into contact with one another. This was due to a combination of a little bit of young romance and a lot of fate. At the time, Taylor was in a relationship with Joe Jonas while Selena was attracted to Nick Jonas. One red carpet at a time, both of them were brilliant and wide-eyed rising stars who were learning out what fame meant to them. When Selena reflected on that time period, she laughed and said, "We actually dated the Jonas Brothers together." This was said during an interview that took place in 2017 on Kiss FM UK. It made me laugh out loud, incredible as it was, mostly due to the fact that Taylor was the girl with the huge curly hair, all the bracelets, and the cowboy boots, and I was clearly on the rise, and we just clicked. It turned out to be the best thing that came over us from those interactions. During that particular time, two adolescent ladies who were connecting over heartache, laughing, and music would go on to develop into one of the most enduring friendships in the history of Hollywood. Through all of life's challenges, the two have been there for each other and supported each other. Many award show moments, failed relationships, career highs, personal hardships, and a variety of other experiences. In addition to writing songs about each other, they have also defended each other in interviews and applauded from the sidelines whenever the other person has achieved success. The wedding, when Selena ultimately tied the knot with producer Benny Blanco, was not like any other celebrity wedding that had ever taken place. Not only did it mark the end of a wonderful chapter, but it also marked the beginning of another. The wedding of Selena would be described as a star-studded affair. They gathered under a canopy of lights to witness her say "I do." Among those in attendance were members of the Hollywood monarchy, musicians, designers, and lifelong friends. However, even in the midst of all the flash and glamour, there was a quiet sense of intimacy, a celebration of love, friendship, and moments that brought everything full circle. It goes without saying that Taylor Swift was present in the very center of everything, beaming with delight, smiling and clapping her hands as her closest friend started her journey into the world. Fans were also intrigued by the nuptials, which piqued their interests. What might the appearance of Taylor's own ceremony be like? Would it be as extravagant as that? Is it possible that it would possess the same emotional energy that Selena's did? When asked about it during an interview with the Hits radio breakfast show in the United Kingdom, Taylor couldn't help but laugh, particularly when it came to a particular wedding guest named Ed Sheeran. She conceded, "Oh, it would be difficult to prevent him from looking at it. It seems to me that this is the key. I'm always being asked to sing at weddings," he says. "I'm hardly surprised. In the same vein as Ed, if there is a stage, you can be sure that you will be on it. He knows what people want and he wants to give people what they want," Taylor continued, gushing enthusiastically about their bond. People want to give people what they want. One of the most enjoyable aspects of our friendship is that not only do we both enjoy singing and writing, but we also enjoy performing. For example, we are saying, "Oh, don't make me sing," not a problem. A lighthearted mention was made to the kind of creative bond that they enjoy with one another, one that reflects the same carefree spirit and unpredictability that she has always had with Selena. In a sense, Taylor's wedding toast was not solely about reminiscing about the past. It was a letter of love to her history, to her best friend, and to the road that those two of them had traveled together. Their history has been one of loyalty, fun, and growing up in the spotlight side by side. It has included everything from teenage heartbreaks to stadium tours, cowboy boots to tour dresses, and everything in between. The bond between Taylor and Selena has long been the emotional heartbeat of the Hollywood industry. In 2008, two young women who had first become acquainted through the Jonas Brothers, both young and in the process of trying to figure out who they are. The moment that Selena Gomez eventually said "I do" to Benny Blanco was nothing short of amazing, and a number of guests referred to it as the wedding of the year. It is sophisticated, passionate, and brimming with sentimentality. Selena, who was glowing in a gown that had been made specifically for her, beamed through tears as the venue sparkled with golden light and white roses. Taylor Swift, who was ready to speak, stood among the gathering of celebrities, holding a glass of champagne in her hand. The stillness was broken when she seized the microphone. Taylor started off by laughing and making fun of Selena by making jokes about their formative days at Disney and their bad fashion choices in 2008. However, as she pondered on the adventure that they had taken together, her tone gradually became more gentle. The painful experiences, the personal development, and the bravery that Selena needed to muster in order to reopen her heart. It was clear to everyone that she was referring to Justin Bieber when she said some people were chapters, not endings, despite the fact that she never spoke his name. Each and every chapter, even the ones that are difficult, brings you to the place where you were always meant to be. The event was regarded as emotionally charged and profoundly affecting by the guests. There were reports that Selena shed tears and reached for Taylor's hand while the two of them laughed quietly together. Two ladies who had been through highs and lows together, including celebrity, heartbreak, and public scrutiny. While still sporting her pastel wedding manicure, Taylor flew directly from the ceremony to Kansas City to show her support for her fiancé, Travis Kelce, who is a celebrity in the National Football League. In the days that followed, both Selena and Taylor entered new creative phases. Selena published her Rare Beauty wedding kit, which was inspired by her bridal appearance, while Taylor completed her record, which was titled The Life of a Showgirl. Fans are under the impression that the song Gold Thread is a reference to her wedding toast because it has lyrics about brides, best friends, and love that does not end with fame. In her reflections on The Tonight Show, Taylor remarked, "I had the opportunity to witness her as the most beautiful and sophisticated bride. I have never witnessed anything that is so stunning. She was able to depict not only a wedding, but also years of friendship and perseverance via her words." Taylor did in the end bring up Justin, but she did it without any drama or shade, but rather with grace, an unobtrusive reminder that every tragedy can be the beginning of something beautiful and unforgettable.